I'm down here away from the action in a rather quiet corner of Wimbledon in what looks like the Wimbledon Garden Centre. And I'm joined by Martyn Falconer. He is the head gardener here at Wimbledon. So I'm guessing your role is as easy as it sounds. Do you just look after all the pretty stuff here at Wimbledon?
That's right, yeah, everything but the grass.
Everything but the grass. That was a key question. So that's not you, that's a groundsman's job, I guess?
Yep, there's a groundsman and head groundsman and a team of guys that just look after the courts.
Do your roles ever overlap? Do you ever kind of get a bit particular about his grass and him, like the flowers or anything?
Yeah, it can do a little bit. There's always a bit of banter between us on the grass and the flower front, but yeah, no.
Well, you've got a pretty big garden to look after. I mean, how do you get a role of being the head gardener at Wimbledon?
I'd like to think it's from experience. This is my 15th championship, so yeah, just work my way up there. So.
What did you start as then? Was it like the kind of weed puller or something?
Exactly, yeah, right at the bottom, one of the skivvies. But yeah, no, so hard work and yeah, head gardener today.
And you've seen a lot of, I guess, comings and throwings and champions. Has any of the champions ever kind of said, "Oh, I like the plants," or?
No.
No? Oh my gosh, whoever wins this year, please come down here and say to Martyn he's done a great job of the beautiful surroundings here at Wimbledon. But I mean, okay, we've got a lot of different plants behind us. I mean, can you talk us through where these are potentially used and what they are? I'm no gardening expert.
Yeah, this is a hydrangea, a new one that we trialled this year called Magical Amethyst. This is probably one of the most well-known plants that's been used at Wimbledon for many a year. I think there's only been 1 year where there was none used, which is the year we potentially was going to have a drought, and it just happened to rain pretty much every day at the championships. But
does it need more water then?
Yeah, it's a very thirsty plant, so there was a bit of a kind of a theory that we tried to use more drought-tolerant plants. So this one got shelved for a year. But yeah, no. So we brought it back, and now this year we've just changed the variety. So that's done really well. Really nice plant.
Been struggling this year? It's been quite hot?
No, lucky enough. I've got a good team of 11 guys out there every morning from 6 o'clock watering and keeping an eye on things. So they've been really on the case with the watering. So no, it's not been too bad. It's held up.
And which is a plant which you use every single year, which everyone will kind of associate Wimbledon with?
Yeah, so you've got the petunia in the back, which is in the hanging baskets. Using the hanging baskets, all the buildings around centre court, number 1. So that's the kind of Wimbledon colours, well known. So that's a good one to you'll see every year.
And does anyone tell you what they want the garden to look like in a certain year? You have to go, I guess, to a blueprint as such?
No, not particularly. There's, we bat around a few ideas early almost after this championship, so we'll meet up, see how this one's gone, come up with some ideas for next year. So, we've got a palette of purple and greens to work with. Can make it easy, can make it difficult, but we'll come up with some ideas, just try and keep it a little bit fresh every year. People come back every year and like to see something different, so we'll try and create that for people.
Is gardening like fashion at all, and is there something on trend each year?
Yeah, definitely. I think you only need to go to some of the big flower shows, Chelsea, Hampton Court. You'll see, there will be something that's just kind of grabbing everyone's attention, and it'll become quite trendy. You'll see it everywhere, and we might pinch that idea if it fits in with the colour scheme.
Have you done that this year, and what is the on trend at the moment?
No, not particularly. It seems to be, we're trying to create tennis in an English garden, and there's a little bit more of that kind of wildflower theme, and that's all kind of part and parcel. So we're pulling in more kind of foxgloves and lupins and sort of more Englishy feel kind of planting, and there was a bit of that around, I suppose. I had a trip to Chelsea and come back with a few ideas.
What are you most proud of though here? If anyone could go and look at something, what would you tell them to go and look at?
There's a couple of things this year. I've hired some sculptures. There's one at the front of the Orangi Pavilion and one at the competitors' entrance, which we've really underplanted in almost the theme of the sculpture is a sculpture of one is an allium and one's a wildflower. So all the underplanting kind of ties in with that sculpture. So they've worked really well. Some really good feedback. So I'm pretty pleased with them this year.
Is it a full-time job then, or is this just for the 2 weeks of Wimbledon every year?
I wished. Full-time. We're almost 365 days a year, and there's 5 full-time gardeners myself, and then we get 6 seasonal for the from April through to sort of end of September, and we're here all year working. There's 42 plus acres of grounds to keep looking good all year.
And when Wimbledon isn't on, do people get invited in? They can see the flowers and everything else?
Yeah, the members, and they get to enjoy it, and then you get the tours from the museum, so they get to walk around and enjoy it. So we're always good part of the reason to keep the grounds try and look as good sort of here all year. Come in for the tournament, and we've also got the tournament to sort of day one people come in. We're trying to make it look as good on day 14 when they're coming back for the final, so it's tough.
And do you have a garden at home, and if so, does it look as good as Wimbledon?
Not quite, no. I'll spend more time here than there, so that's the problem. And I haven't got 12 guys looking after it. So,
but I've seen you've got a wedding ring on.
Yes.
Wife, does she get any of these nice plants coming home at all?
I go back every now and then, but no. I'll try not to take too much home. It's more to look after.
Perks of the job there for the Wimbledon gardener. He can take some of these lovely flowers home to his wife, and I would quite like to take one too, if possible.
Not a problem.